As usual, we'll start with the quote. And the quote is from Epictetus, the Greek Stoic philosopher. He said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Okay. So sighing is said to be the quickest way to initiate the relaxation response. So normally it's an involuntary process. If you're sitting at home or the body wants to relax, you'll emit a sigh involuntary. But at any time, you can take conscious control of sighing and break that stress connection. So all we're going to do is we're going to breathe slowly and deeply in through our nose. You wait for your natural pause, and then you release it through the mouth, and you soften as you release. So our feet are parallel. Without looking down, try and sense that they're parallel. Breathe in through the nose. Wait for your natural pause, and then out through the mouth. And just soften the shoulders and the arms. Gently tilt the head, nothing excessive. So we'll just continue a few more of those in your own time. When you feel like inhaling again, in through the nose as you lift up the head. Out through the mouth. And just allow the chin to drop ever so slightly. The arms and shoulders are floppy. And we'll do 2 or 3 more of these in your own time. I'll be quiet. Now, what I want you to do is take an inventory, which is about awareness. So you never know if a particular technique or a posture is helping you if you're aware of how you felt beforehand. So again, we just stand tall. And how are you feeling? Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, if you wish. But we're going to break the body down into 6 parts. So just take your awareness to your buttocks and your legs. So try and sense, are they light, are they heavy, are there any pains? Nothing is right or wrong, you just have awareness of the sensations in your body, of your buttocks and your legs. That's the first part. The second part is in the groin. So it's as if you were wearing a thong. So it's a groin at the front and then the space between your buttocks and the back. So it's like your underwear, but it's not covering your buttocks. So take your awareness to the area in the groin and the space between the buttocks. The third area is the abdomen. So your belly button, the strip around your belly button and around your lower back. Take your awareness to this area. Belly button right around and lower back. That's the third area. The fourth area is the chest, the heart area. So you've got your chest, and your mid and upper back. Take awareness to the chest and the strip right round the back. The fifth area is your neck, shoulders, and arms. This is where we keep most of the tension. In the back of the neck, the trapezius muscles that attach to the occiput, which is the base of the skull. This is where most of us tighten and keep our tension. Shoulders come up to the ears. You crunch up your neck. So take your awareness and relax your neck, shoulders, and arms. And lastly, the head. So the head can take in the eyebrows, the eyelashes, the cheeks, the teeth, the gums, the tongue, the jaw, your ears, that space between the eyes. Some people have tram lines. Just relax everything in the area of the head. So anytime you can stop, break the body down into these 6 recognizable parts, very simple, a breath into each part, and with time you'll be able to relax and release and become aware of any sensations, and then you'll be able to take the breath directly into these areas and release. But we will just run through it with 6 breaths, 1 breath in each area again. So take, inhale and exhale, and take your awareness to your buttocks and your legs. Just imagine that energy, that prana, is going straight to your buttocks and your legs. The second breath into your groin area and the space between your buttocks. Take a breath right into this area, and as you exhale, you saturate and flush that area with energy. Wherever you put the mind and the breath, healing will occur. Next, we have the abdominal area. So the area of the belly button, the hoop around the waist. Breathe in, saturate the waist area, the belly button area, and relax. Now the chest, the heart area, and the upper back. Inhale, slow, smooth, deep yogic breath, waiting for your natural pause. As always, there's no rush. We're not going anywhere. Exhale and relax the chest muscles and the muscles in your mid and upper back. Now we're up to the neck, shoulders, and arms. Take a breath directly into the back of the neck. Wait for your natural pause, and as you exhale, soften the neck, shoulders, and arms. And all these attachment points onto the occiput are relaxed. And then lastly, the whole of the head. Inhale, take a breath right in through your forehead, take it in through the back of the head, the top of the head. Just bring awareness, saturate your head with healing. Prana, it's called in yogic terminology. And relax. Perhaps you've got some tension between your eyebrows, relax them. Maybe you've been reading too much, studying a lot. Relax your eyes. Maybe you've had a cold and your nasal passages are stuffy and tired, relax them. Perhaps you've just been to the dentist, relax your gums, relax your teeth. Even your tongue. I find that one quite challenging to relax the tongue. Relax the jaw. Relax the ears. So this is a wonderful tool you can put in your toolbox of tricks to get you through the day. No one needs to know that you're doing it. 6 simple breaths. Okay, we're going to take our left hand and place it over our right, arms down the front of the body, and we're just going to gently raise the clasp up as we inhale. And we just get it beyond the ears without dropping the chin. You can feel the stretch, the tension in the shoulders. Inhale again as we lift up, and then exhale as we gently come out. And we're trying to stretch through the shoulders, elbows, wrists, and fingers as we come down. So we started with the left hand over the right. So just to keep the mind involved in the process, we put the right hand over the left. And we start again. We inhale, slow, smooth, and deep. Feel a good stretch. You're lifting up through the torso. You're lifting the arms beyond the ears. This is where you're lucky if you've got small ears. If you've got big ears, you're in trouble. Exhale, relax. Inhale, lift up a shoulder girdle. You'll get a stretch through the intercostals, maybe the lower back, maybe the abdominals. And then exhale as you come out. But you're not passive. Remember, you're stretching from the shoulders to the elbows, elbows to the wrists, wrists to the fingertips. Now, of course, it's left over right again. We'll do one more of either. Inhale as we come up. Inhale, lift up. Exhale as we come down. Last one, right over left. Inhale as you take it up beyond the ears. You can feel that tightness. Exhale, relax. And then inhale, lift up. And that's a stretch you take out. Now we're just going to increase the distance between our feet. So our feet are slightly more than hip width apart. Hip width apart. And we're just going to do sliding down laterally to each side without resting on the limb. So we're inhaling, and we're just going to slide down to the right. You're not taking the top shoulder forward. You're keeping the chest open. Inhale as we come up. And don't worry about the pace I go or anyone else. This is your own pace in line with your breath. I try to keep it neutral so I fit in with most people. But you're going down to the first point of resistance. You inhale up and exhale down. Wait until the breath naturally wants to come back into the body. The breath always dictates the pace. Always, always, always. It's not the other way around. The next time you come up, you can widen the stance a bit further if you wish. Exhale down. Nice and easy. Remember, this is where the benefit of the 6 seconds come into play. It takes 6 seconds for muscles, tendons, ligaments, for the structures to start to release and help you. And of course, we're oxygenating the body, clearing out the lungs, calming the nervous system. Now you can continue like this, or if you wish something more strenuous, we can do swaying palm tree. So we take a clasp this time. As we raise the clasp up and relax. Inhale, lift up the shoulder girdle, not excessively, you're not straining. And then you're moving the hips to the left, which opens a joint, and then you're taking that weight down to the right. To your first point of resistance. All you're aiming to do is to try and keep the arms straight. As you inhale, as you come up, relax as you exhale. Inhale, re-engage the lift, hips to the right, bend to the left. Inhale as you come up. Remember, you're just going to the first point of resistance. Up we come. Hips to the left, bend to the right. Remember, if at any time it's too much or you want to stop, you have a break. I can only give a sample during a class situation, because if I were to stay in the postures too long, it would be boring for most of you. Just continue at your own pace, swaying palm tree. If you wish, your next lateral stretch, inhale up, take that stretch down. If you're down, now you can stretch through again. Take a breath in the position. I know, Ben, you can do these on your knees as well if you wish. Once more, to after whichever side you're on. Then you inhale, lift up. Then we take that out. The easiest way to check if you're in line is to take your heels to the back of your mat. That means that you always know at any other position you go into, you're in line. So your heels are touching the side of the mat. And I'm going to swivel on the right heel, turn around. And we're going to do bow and arrow. So you're checking that you've got a proper stance. You don't want the knee away forward, as I'm demonstrating. So you don't want too strong a stretch. You want the leg perpendicular to the ground. This position or back, and we're going to do the bow and arrow. So we take our right hand. When we take our left hand around like this, I can easily come up and clap my hands. That's no use. That means I'm not stretching through the right arm. So we're stretching through the right arm, really pushing away. We've got a lovely stance. It's up to you how much you want to put into the stance posture. And we're coming around with the left hand and we're really having to stretch to get this even close to the wrist. So we've got the string, we've got the bow, we pull back with the string, keep the left elbow up, we wait, we take aim, then we release. So we're going to do a few of those in your own time. Again, you can come back. It's up to you how much tension you want created in the thigh muscle. If you want to stay in this strong posture, you can. If you want to come back a bit and focus on the upper body stretch, you've also have that option. So again, we're stretching out the right arm, really stretching out. So when I take the left arm around to try and pull on the string, I can barely reach it. So now I'm getting a stretch. Pull back, elbow up. You can take a few breaths in this position because it's contracting the neck muscles. You feel what's happening to the shoulders. You definitely feel what's happening to the leg muscles. And then when you're ready to take aim, release. So we'll do one more. If it's too much for you, come out of it or come back a little bit. Stretch forward. Inhale as you pull back. Again, you can stand in this position, breathing slowly and deeply, waiting for the moment. And release. And of course, you know what's coming now. You swivel on the right foot, turn round on the left. We'll go to the other side. Take a few comfort breaths. If you start shaking in that posture, it means you've been in it too long. If you're out of breath, again, it means you've been in it too long. Take a few moments to recalibrate. And then we do the same at the other side. So we take the left arm. Check, without stretching, check what happens. You can take a right arm right around and clap your hands. We don't want that. So we stretch out with the left. Stretch, stretch, stretch. We come round with the right and we can barely reach the string, so we're really having to stretch. Inhale as you pull back. Keep the right elbow up. Take aim. And two more in your own time. Again, you can lengthen your stride if you want to give more pressure on the legs. It's entirely what you want to take or put into the posture. Stretch around with the right. Pull through. You've got to keep the right elbow up. Stretch through the left. Make sure you're not wobbling and shaking about. Take aim. One more if you wish. To come out, you take a left foot facing forward and heel toe back. Stand tall. Feet parallel without looking, close the eyes. And take your body through your 6 parts. So take your awareness to your buttocks and your legs. Inhale. Take a breath right in the base of the spine, and as you exhale through the buttocks and the legs. Inhale directly into the groin area. Forget about the nose. Take energy right into the groin area, saturated. All these areas have colors as well, if you wish. They have sounds, bija mantras. That's for another day. Exhale and release the groin area and the space between your buttocks. Inhale into the strip around your abdomen, the belly button area, around the back. Exhale and soften. Inhale right into your chest area. Funnily enough, the bija mantra for the chest area is Yung Namaha. A bija mantra is a seed mantra. It's a sound that reverberates. Yogis discovered that it's the vibration that fits in with this part of the body. Yung at heart, Yung Namaha. Take a breath into the back of the neck. As you exhale, relax the neck, shoulders and arms. Lastly, take a breath into the whole of the head and relax any areas of tension that you feel with your awareness. So as I said earlier, if you've been studying a lot, relax your eyes. Don't doubt it. Just take the energy right next to the eyes and relax it. Now just relax all efforts, standing with the eyes closed. And take a couple sighs. Remember, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Completely let go of the head. Let the shoulders round a little and let the arms just swing. Minimal release, but it's enough. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Once more. Slow, smooth, and deep in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Okay, we're now going to do a sit bend. So we're raising our arms loosely, and you don't have to keep the arms at the ears. Some of the books means you keep the arms at the ears as you go forward. It's very strong in the lower back, but we're just going to come forward as you exhale. And if you need to, you can slightly release the knees if you need to. And you just come forward to the first point of resistance. It doesn't matter if your fingers go on the ground. It really doesn't matter. It matters that you allow the body to release of its own accord. Relax the medicine ball, relax the head. And you're trying to focus on your lower back and release that area as you breathe slowly and deeply. If you have any eye problems or high blood pressure, you don't stay in this position for too long. But as you exhale, you're pulling the abdomen back towards the spine, which helps to release any stale air in the lower lobes of the lungs. You're not hanging on to your head, you're releasing the head. So find a position where the medicine ball head is allowing you to pull you down further. So you're not contracting the neck muscles. Breathing in slowly and deep, and as you exhale, pull the abdominal muscles back towards the spine. So remember the 6 seconds. If you feel that it's too strong in the hamstrings, then you just release the knees ever so slightly. And then when you feel that you've recovered, then you try and straighten the legs ever so slightly. You're being gentle with yourself. So this is bringing lovely oxygenated blood to the brain. I believe one of the world chess champions in his break, he used to go to the toilet and do a headstand to get the fresh oxygenated blood into his brain for concentration. So when you feel you've had enough, you bend at the knees ever so slightly, and then unfurl, unwrap very gently. Really keeping the arms straight, sorry, keeping the arms hanging, my apologies. It's not about putting pressure on the lower back, it's about releasing the lower back. We unfurl. Slowly, 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 letting all the blood trickle back down. The body recalibrate. And again, bring your awareness. Take another inventory. Has anything happened for better or for worse? Because perhaps this posture is not for you, and it's only with awareness you'll find that out. If you feel better after a posture, you do more of it. If you feel worse, you ask a teacher or you research and find out what the problems are. Maybe you have to change teacher. Now we'll join the fingers into a clasp. And we're going to raise the clasp up in front of our body. And again, inhale as we raise up beyond the ears. And this time we're just going to gently lean back with that clasp beyond the ears, ever so gently, not aggressively. When you're back at a comfortable position, you inhale and you lift up. And you gently relax. So we're staying in the backward position, inhale and lift up. Gently easing the arms beyond the ears, and then just gently putting the spine in the reverse position of what it's just been in. Nothing aggressive. Once more, lift up, ease back, and inhale as you come up. Lift up with a clasp. Stretch your fingers up. And again, you really stretch through the arms as you release them. Allow them to come down at their own speed. A few more standing postures, and we're down on the ground. So again, we're going to get stale air out of the lower lobes of the lungs. So we've stretched the legs, we've loosened off the back. So this is very gentle. We floppy wrists, we inhale as we come up with our floppy wrists. And when we're at the top, we're going to go ha through the mouth as we flop down and then dangly arms. So it's ha as you come down and just let the arms swing. Bend at the knees. It isn't about that. When you're ready to come up, you're not forcefully taking an inhalation. You're allowing the body to take a breath in naturally. Take the arms right up to the top. And then we lower the arms. So this is all like ragdoll style. Nothing strenuous with this. So we'll do a few more of these. It's called the ha breath. So you're forcefully exhaling out to get any stale air out of the lungs. And as you squeeze down as well, that helps the diaphragm to release the air. So we're going to inhale as we come up with floppy hands. And when you're at the top, then through the knees, come down and floppy arms. Inhale as we come up. Exhale down. So we'll do a couple more of these in your own time. Start again. Inhale as we come up. One more in your own time. It's almost effortless the way you're raising your arms. Everything's relaxed. Bend at the knees as you come forward with that. Again, just stand tall. Treat yourself to a smile. If one comes naturally, that's great. If it doesn't, force one, because you're still getting the benefit of the free serotonin. The body cannot differentiate between a genuine and a disingenuous smile. It's a bit like the breathing. If you teach your body how to breathe properly, even when you're not consciously breathing, it will take on board these characteristics. If you start smiling more, they will come more naturally. So now we take our hands and we place them behind our head. We inhale, our feet are slightly more than hip width apart, my apologies. We inhale as we open the elbows, and we're just going to turn to the right, to the first point of resistance. This is not a strong twist. We're just easing these intercostals. You can feel the muscles in the ribs getting stretched. Stay around to the right, and we inhale as we open the elbows and soften through the torso. Don't drop your chin. Open elbows and soften through. So you're not forcing, you're allowing. Last one. Of course, you can stay here as long as you wish. So we inhale, open elbows, turn around to the front, exhale, relax. Now we go to the other side. There's one more standing posture after this. Inhale as we open elbows, turn to the left. Inhale, open elbows, increase the stretch. Check it, you're not dropping the chin. Inhale, open elbows, around to the front. Lift up arms, and out we come. In fact, I'll leave the last one other standing posture, but we'll leave that. So now we'll come down onto crescent moon. So we're going to roll up our mat. We're going to go down to a kneeling position. So take the front of your mat, and you can't get enough support for your knees. I do watch some teachers who don't have any support, and they say your knees will get used to it, but I don't agree with that personally. You must protect your knees. So roll up as much of the mat as you think you're going to need. We're going to go forward with our left leg. This is called the crescent moon. So we're looking for width so we get the balance. If you're too narrow, then you will lose your balance when you go forward, or when you turn around to the side, it will be wobbly. So take the width. You don't want too far forward with your foot, because then right away you're going to get too strong a stretch in the groin area. And you don't want the foot too close, because equally, when you go forward like this, your heel is going to come up, and that's not what we want. So find the middle way and test it out. So when you're going to go forward into your lunge, it's comfortable and you're relaxed, and it supports you, as opposed to having to contract other muscles that are not part of the posture. So again, we're just going to work, we'll get a lunge, but we're still going to work in the back. So we're kneeling tall. Left foot forward, Inhale, and we come forward into a comfortable position. Inhale, lift up, keeping the shoulders open, and soften into it again. Once more, inhale, lengthen the torso, keep the chest forward and soften into it. If this is enough for you, fine. But if you feel you want to do something further, then we'll lift up the arms parallel, the hands parallel, sorry, palms facing each other. Now we'll lift up, inhale, as we lift up and soften down. Inhale, lift and stretch up and soften down. Now, if you wish, inhale, lift up, and you can gently lean back. Minimal movement. Inhale, gently lean back and soften. Inhale and soften. A couple more, or you can come out if you wish. Remember, I'm only making suggestions. Inhale, lift up, gently lean back. You can stretch through your abdominals and soften. Again, if you're looking for building strength, then you can stay in this position for as long as you wish. As long as you're not shaking, as long as you're balanced, and you're not losing your breath. Inhale as we come up. Exhale, lower down. A quick athletic flip. Change legs. Test the posture. So you go forward and check that maybe you want to go a bit wider. You can always take the back leg and put it, the foot and put it into the middle as well to give you more support. Check that you're not too far forward. That seems not too bad. Just get comfortable before you start. Take a few comfort breaths. We inhale and forward we go. And exhale. You're not leaning forward. You're keeping the spine erect. 2 more breaths to get the body used to the position. Soften into it. Don't be afraid to come out of the position and readjust if you're a bit wobbly. I'm a bit wobbly myself. So I'll move my right foot slightly wider. When you feel you're comfortable with your stance, then inhale, raise the arms up, palms facing each other, and relax. Inhale, lift up, and soften through. Three breaths, 3 stretches. And then now you can add the back stretch if you wish. Inhale as we lift up and lean back. Inhale as we lift up, lean back, and then soften into the lunge. When you feel you've had enough, inhale as you come up and lower the arms. And you'll be happy to know now, Advasana. So unroll your mat. We're going to lie down on our stomach, forehead resting on the ground, with your arms stretched out as straight as you can. So take your time. Advasana, the reverse of Shavasana. Make the adjustments that you need to do. You're lying on your stomach. Don't necessarily follow me on this one because I have to protect the microphone. Stretch out with the arms, forehead on the ground. Separate the feet. Take the breath in from the base of the spine. So this is taking the pressure off the spine. The discs are getting a rest from gravity, the pull of gravity. Take a breath in from the base of the spine, your coccyx, and As you inhale, take a breath right up the spine. And as you exhale, soften and surrender your body weight onto the ground. Inhale, take a breath up, vertebra by vertebra. So any areas of tension in the body, take your mind, take the breath to that area, soften and surrender it. You dissolve the tension with the breath and awareness, and allow the full body weight to surrender onto the ground. Let peace begin with me. Let me begin with peace. Let peace begin with me. Let me begin with peace. If this position is uncomfortable for your arms, you have two more options. You can take your hands and place them behind your neck, forehead on the ground. Or you can take your forehead and place them on your palms facing upwards, forehead on that. So it's three options you've got. To lie with the arms straight out in front of you, forehead on the ground. Or palms upwards, forehead into the palms. Or forehead on the ground. Hands clasped behind the neck. Three more breaths. Then we're going to move into the crocodile. So this one, when you were a kid, maybe you lay in front of the TV on the ground with your hand under your chin. This is exactly what we're going to do. So we're lying on our stomach, we place our hands under our chin. And we're focusing on 2 points. It's going to be the neck and the lower back. So if your elbows are too far forward, you will crush your neck, which isn't comfortable. If you take your elbows too far back and you have lower back problems, then right away I feel a pressure on my lower back, which isn't the right position. So you have to find the middle way. Take your elbows into a position where as you begin to breathe and relax, and the body will be able to relax into this position, completely free of any discomfort. It takes a few breaths, because bearing in mind, each time you start to relax, you will have to adjust the position. The crocodile. So there's an opportunity to come to a position that just feels delicious. And the neck is not being crushed, and the lower back is free. You either move the elbows forward or back, or widen the position, or narrow the position of the elbows. Once you have that position, and you don't feel you're going to have to move too much more, start to break the body into the 6 parts. So take a breath into the buttocks and the legs. So inhale into the base of the spine, and exhale down through buttocks and legs. Soften and release and surrender. It's up to you whether you go up and down the body with 1 breath in each part, or you stay in the area for 3 breaths. We'll move now to the groin area. So it's the area of the underwear in the front, and then the space between the buttocks and the back. Take a breath in. Relax the legs. If you have to move again with your elbows, please do. Now it's the abdomen. Take a breath into the belly button area, and let's strip around the back. Now it's your heart area, your chest, and the mid and the start of upper back. Take a breath right into the chest. Remember, the Bija mantra is Yang, Yang, Namaha. Yang as you inhale, saturate the area, Namaha. And I just naturally smiled, taking energy and love into my heart. Yang, Namaha. Now the back of the neck. Take a breath directly into the back of the neck. Exhale as you relax the neck muscles, shoulder muscles, arms, palms and fingers. And lastly, forehead. Breath in through the forehead. Saturate your head. And relax. Relax those eyebrows, those eyelids, those eyes, your nose, your cheeks, your ears, your gums, your teeth, your jaw, your tongue, sorry, your jaw. The space between your eyes. So you can stay in this position, just ignoring me and breathing in and relaxing the body. Or we can do a very, very gentle cobra. But we start with the Sphinx. So we take our fingers and place them in line with the forehead with your elbows tucked in. So the fingers are in line with the forehead, elbows tucked in. And we're going to raise up our head and raise up our chest without pushing in our arms. So you're contracting the back muscles, and you'll just come up to a point where you can rest on the elbows. Again, what's happened is there's a slight pressure on the lower back. So we take in a breath in this position. This is a Sphinx, which leads up to the cobra. Inhale as we lift up through the chest. Exhale, soft. For those of you with lower back problems, you have to be very gentle with this. I can feel this myself. Inhale as you lift up through the chest. And soften down to the back. So you take 2 or 3 breaths. And you slowly, slowly lower down. So fingers are in line with the forehead, elbows are tucked in. Take a comfort breath. And then we come up again. So remember, you're not pushing through the arms at all. You inhale, it's the back muscles that are doing the work. As you come up, the abdominals are kicking in, and you can feel the muscles sweeping around the lower back. And you just come up to this natural position, resting on your elbows. And you do 2 or 3 breaths. Or you can come up and down with each breath. But in this position, you can inhale, you lift up through the chest, you get a stretch through the abdominals, a gentle one. And you do get a strong contraction in the lower back. But of course, once you feel that, and with awareness, which is what we're always trying to build up, then you just don't lift up so strongly. You come to the first point of resistance, and that's enough contraction of the lower back if you have lower back issues. It's very subtle movements. Of course, you're lifting up the chin, you're stretching through the throat. Apologies, I forgot to mention that. And you have to decide that thin line between healthy pain and unhealthy pain. Unhealthy pain, you're damaging the body. Healthy pain is when you're asking a muscle to do something it hasn't done for a while. There will be slight resistance, but with the breath and awareness, you're less likely to cause damage. And this is where you have to be the arbiter. I do not know what challenges your body has been through. So lower down. Now we'll do a gentle, gentle cobra. So the normal cobra is when you put your fingers under the shoulders and you push up aggressively, and it's not the best. But if you take your hands out slightly wider, slightly further forward, we come up, as we did in the Sphinx, lifting up the back muscles, and at the last moment you push through the hands, and this is a gentle, gentle cobra. So you're coming up much higher. So if I give you the alternative, so yes, in this position there should be minimal, if any, discomfort in the lower back. In fact, preferably there shouldn't be discomfort. But even if you have a damaged back, you still have to move it and exercise the muscles. But you're looking to safeguard as best you can. If I come back down and move the hands in closer and then push up, this is what a normal cobra looks like. It's very strong. So find the position of hands wider or further forward so you can come up with the back muscles as you inhale. And then you're in a comfortable position. And we're going to do a twist, just if you wish. We inhale, we lift up and through, and then exhale as we turn to the right. Again, if you feel you need to separate the feet a little, you can do that. Stay in this position and take a couple of breaths. Inhale as we lift up. Exhale as we soften. Inhale as we lift up. Exhale as we soften. Once more, checking that drop in the chin. Keep it parallel to the ground. Inhale as we lift up through the abdominals. You can feel the gentle stretch, or I can. Exhale. Inhale as we come back to neutral. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. You know what's coming now. Turn to the left. So again, this should be giving you no discomfort whatsoever. And keep the chin parallel. Inhale as we lift up. Exhale as we soften. And when you've had enough, back to neutral. Push up. Sit back in the heels. And stretch out your arms straight. And we're walking through our fingers. So we're inhaling as we walk through the fingers and then lengthen that spine. Inhale, walk through the fingers, keeping the arms straight as possible, and then soften through the lower back. Few more breaths. Inhale. Stretch through those fingers. Walk, walk, walk. Lengthen the arms. As you exhale, you push through the lower back. Also squeezing the inguinal nodes in your groin, which is moving on the lymph fluid. And then come up to any comfortable sitting position. You can sit in your heels, but if you're not comfortable with that, you can sit in the easy easy cross-leg position, this one. If you need a little support under your bottom, that's okay as well. It tilts the hip a bit further forward so you can be more comfortable. Any comfortable seating position. We're going to do a few simple neck movements. So we're keeping the chin parallel to the ground. Inhale, and as we exhale, we're just going to turn the chin to the right of the right shoulder. And we keep it there and just start to breathe. Check that your back is straight and that your slouching and the shoulders are round. I've done a lot of work in the back, but inhale, and as you exhale, trying to increase the stretch of the neck muscles. So you're pulling on the neck muscles that are attached to the occiput. These ones are always tired because we're always our 40,000 thoughts a day. How many are beneficial? So we're tightening the shoulders on a regular basis. Neck muscles reacting to external stimuli. Inhale to neutral. Exhale to the left. And you can feel the pull in the muscles, or I certainly can. Keep the back long. Keep your chin parallel to the ground. Inhale as you exhale. Allow the head to turn further. Inhale to neutral. And we're going to take our right ear down to our right shoulder. So we inhale, and as we exhale, we drop the right ear down to the right shoulder. Not by lifting the right shoulder up to the ear. And you can feel that pull in the neck muscles. Again, these are very good if you've been sitting at a desk for a long time in an office or studying. You can take a 5-minute break and do these, even in the middle of the office or the library. If you keep your eyes closed, you can't see the people staring. It doesn't matter anyway. Inhale up. Exhale the left shoulder down, the left ear down to the left shoulder. You can feel the pull in the neck muscles. Again, you can stay in these as long as you wish. We'll inhale as we come up. And the last one, we turn our chin to the right, halfway, 45 degrees around. And then we drop that chin down. We've turned it to the right. We take our right arm. We keep it elbow in close, center of the head, the face, and we clasp the back of the head. And that assists in the stretch. So you're turning your head to the right, 45 degrees around, which is already a good stretch. You're dropping it down. And you take a hand and place it on the back of your head, and the arm acts as a weight. So completely relax your neck. My apologies, completely relax your right arm, and that will act as a weight to stretch your neck further. You've got to keep the elbow in as close as you can to the front of the face. Otherwise, it tires the arm. Release the arm. Lift up the chin. Back to neutral. Turn the chin to the left, 45 degrees. Drop it down. You're already getting a stretch when you drop it down. It's a nice stretch. But when you take the left arm, clasp the back of the head, keep the elbow in close. That's a very nice stretch. This side is much tighter for me because I'm always looking at the other side of my bicycle. Slow, smooth, deep breaths. Check it, you've still got the back straight. Lean against a wall. If you're sitting in a chair, use a cushion. Without lifting the chin, you release the arm, and right away you feel the relaxation of the muscle. Lift up the head. Back to neutral. Adjust your position if you're uncomfortable. I'm going to go into a position called Vajrasana, which is good if you have any digestive problems. Sitting on the heels. It isn't comfortable for everyone. I never used to be able to do this. But again, if this is uncomfortable, you can stick a cushion under your feet, or you can stick a cushion in the back of your knees. Alternate nostril. Now, I've mentioned many times that the body, homeostatic balance of the body means that about every 90 minutes, one nostril is more predominant than the other. So if you take a wee mirror, the next time you're putting on your makeup, that goes for the ladies as well as the men, you can see that one side gums up more with moisture. So every 90 minutes, the nostril will switch. And the reason for this is the left nostril works on the parasympathetic nervous system, so it lowers you down, keeps you calm. And the right nostril raises you, that works in the sympathetic nervous system, which is a fight or flight response. So depending on how you're feeling, or posture, or illness, or diet, or stress that you have in your life, for example, if you have a cold, it will close down one nostril and you'll be running off the other one, which isn't always the best thing. But again, at any time, you can take conscious control of this and direct where you want the energy to go. Now, of course, if the nostril is blocked, that can be a problem. So if, for example, your left nostril is blocked, then what you have to do is you have to clear it by putting your hand or your fist under your right armpit. You're either pushing it in aggressively and holding with the elbow like this. This is my preference, and that will clear the left side. Or you're grabbing it, putting the fingers in as deep as you can under the armpit and grabbing firmly. I find this tires the thumb and fingers. I prefer the fist. It will clear the opposite side. Give it a couple of minutes. But what I want you to do today is, with your awareness, you either feel that you want to be picked up today, maybe you're a bit lethargic and you want a bit more energy. So I want you to breathe just through the right nostril. Remember, easy to remember, right raises you, left lowers you. If you feel you're a bit too fired up, I don't know, maybe you've drank too much coffee, who knows, then you want to calm down, breathe through the left. So we're just going to block whichever nostril that you don't want to breathe through. You block that one. So I'm personally going to breathe through the left. So I'll block the right. We have two fingers, and a thumb. We drop down the middle two fingers, the left with the thumb and the ring finger. And this is what we use to close the cartilage. So I just want you to start to take a few breaths through whichever nostril you want to get the desired effect. So I want to be more calmer, so I'm going to breathe through the left. If you want to raise yourself up, breathe through the right. So block the cartilage gently and breathe through whichever desired nostril for 10 breaths, slowly and deeply. The full, slow, deep yogic breath, inflating the abdomen, expanding the rib cage, and the final puff into the clavicle area. Always waiting for your natural pause. When you've finished your 10, just allow the body to breathe naturally. And then when you feel ready, lie down in Shavasana. That's lying on your back, your palms facing upwards. When you're ready, just lie down on your back in Shavasana. Or alternatively, if you're comfortable sitting where you are, stay where you are. But if you're in Shavasana, floppy feet, slightly more than hip width apart. Palms facing upwards. Check it that your chin is not painting the ceiling. Gently tuck your chin in and allow the head to spring back to a natural position. Lift up the left shoulder and roll it back down. Lift up the right, roll it back down. Move the hips. Gently compress the lower back. That space, that curve, that lordosis, gently compress it down and let it spring back up to a neutral position. This is also called Marit Asana. Shavasana, it's called Marit Asana, Sanskrit word that means a dead man's pose. You're letting go of the old to make space for the new. Old thought patterns, negative thoughts, things that don't serve you, that have no use now, let them go. It just takes one breath to start afresh, a new perspective, a new outlook, a new attitude, a new vision. So I don't want you to take conscious control of the breath. I don't want you to go through the 6 parts of the body. Just lie and congratulate yourself for your efforts. And smile. The universal language of love. Smile. So send some love to someone now. Send some love to the first person that enters your mind. My body is rested. My mind is calm. My heart is at peace. My spirit soars. So as you're lying there relaxing, I'll read out the quote at the beginning again. Epictetus, the Greek Stoic philosopher, said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Another philosopher, Chinese philosopher, Lao Tzu, he said, "He who knows he has enough is rich." He who knows he has enough is rich. Namaste with much love.